Help me reach 3,000 subscribers. Hit like and leave a comment. I really do read them all. She did it right in the middle of the store. The saleswoman had just set the necklace on a velvet pad when Mallory jabbed a finger at the tag and looked at me like I'd tracked mud into church. Grant, it's not expensive. It's refined. It's what a husband buys his wife. It's a used car on a string, I told her. We're not doing this. Her voice jumped an octave. So you can pay for your hobbies, but when it's my turn. The saleswoman coughed into her sleeve. A guy browsing watches pretended to check his phone. The room got narrow. I folded the brochure and slid it back. I'm not overextending for jewelry, I said. Pick something reasonable or fine. That piece is not reasonable. Mallory's laugh had no humor in it. Reasonable is a man problem. Women don't think in coupons. Good news, I said. I do. She stepped back from me like I'd gone contagious. You're embarrassing. I'll get it myself when I'm with people who know how to treat me. She turned on the clerk. Do you do holds? The woman nodded cautiously. Mallory threw me a look like a verdict and hissed. I can't believe I married a man who thinks I should settle. If I'd known where that sentence was headed, I would have driven home in silence and slept like a rock. Instead, I tried to fix it. That was my first mistake. We walked out with nothing. In the car, she didn't buckle up right away, just stared out the windshield. Last word, I asked. She clicked the seatbelt. You showed me everything I need to know. I drove. She turned her face to the window and never turned it back. Scene 1. The house felt like an empty set when we got home. She decided I was background noise. No slam of doors, no shouting, just frost. She ate without me, watched shows with earbuds in, moved around me like I was a lamp she didn't like. At first I told myself she needed to cool off. Day 3, I understood it wasn't cooling. It was a message. Give me what I want and I'll speak to you again. I try not to negotiate with messages. On day 4 I set a new rule at breakfast. She sat across, scrolling, oatmeal untouched. Budget split, I said. Joint account covers the house. Personal wants come from personal money. That includes my gear, your extras, and anything shiny in a glass case. If we can't agree on an expense, it doesn't happen. Her thumb kept moving. Are you done? Rule has a second part. If I'm being frozen out, we're roommates. Guest room becomes mine. I won't chase you around the house to earn conversation. She finally looked up. This is you punishing me. No. This is me refusing to pay tolls. She snorted and stood. You can't even afford the tolls. She left her bowl in the sink, screen still glowing in her hand. I moved my stuff to the guest room that evening. No speech, no drama. I changed my gym schedule, stopped asking what she wanted for dinner, and canceled our Saturday couples dinner we used to endure. I texted the group. Not making it. Handling home projects. I didn't mention the real project. Wiring my dignity back up where I'd let it sag. On day 6, a light knock came on the guest room door. Mallory peered in, hair tied back, an empty plate in her hand. I made pasta, she said. You should eat while it's warm. I studied her face. Soft tone, careful choice of words. The air around it smelled like bait. Leave it on the counter, I told her. Thanks. She lingered. We got off track. You know I wanted that necklace because it's beautiful, not to be difficult. I leaned against the dresser. If beauty needs me to overdraw, it'll have to live in the store. If you loved me, you'd just do it, she said flatly. Other men don't ask a calculator for permission. Other men can do what they want. I'm not other men. She smiled like I'd confirmed a rumor. Obviously, I let the pasta sit. She watched me not touch it, then carried the plate away with a shrug that said I had failed a test I didn't sign up for. Illusion of change lasted through the dishes. By day 8, the silence turned into sport. She clinked glasses loud when I walked by. She moved parties on a speakerphone and laughed at things that weren't funny. She told her mother, some people can't meet a standard, with enough volume to reach the hallway where I pretended to be engrossed in a spreadsheet. Her sister Erin texted me in the meantime. Erin's the opposite of Mallory in every practical way. Teacher, steady, keeps her car clean, remembers to ask how your day was. You okay? She wrote. Mom says there was a scene. Scene is accurate. I replied. Mallory called me from the parking lot. Erin texted. Said you embarrassed her. Said she might stay with me for a bit. Then she went home anyway. She's mad, but she doesn't want distance. She wants victory. Good to know, I typed. I'm not running a scoreboard. Watch your corners, she replied. There's a birthday party coming. She'll use it. Mallory's birthday was in 3 weeks. I stared at the text, then at the calendar, counting forward. 21 days is a long time to be a ghost in your own house. It's longer when you realize you're not being ignored, you're being trained. End of the first week, I took a day off. I made coffee you could stand a spoon in, sat at the kitchen table, and wrote out plans. When I got up, I had a list: personal account, auto-pay changes, a guest room lock, and a folder started with documents no one gets excited to prepare. I didn't announce any of it. That night, when she passed me in the hall and pretended not to see me, I stepped aside and said, "Mallory?" She paused like the name tasted strange. "I'm done being silent with you. If you need something essential, speak. If not, keep your performance in the venues where people clap." She tilted her head. "You think you're very tough. I think I'm awake." She disappeared into the bedroom, and for once, I slept easily in the guest room that didn't know anyone anything. At my shop the next morning, Drew leaned against the doorframe while I checked invoices. Drew's one of those guys who wears opinion like a hat. "You look like a man who didn't sleep," he said. "Everything cool?" "Everything is clear," I told him. "Cool is a stretch." He whistled. "Still about the necklace?" "Apparently that's the hill." Drew fished a protein bar out of his jacket. "We had a guy in here last month who financed a boat to keep up with his wife's friends. Now he's selling the boat, and the wife left anyway. Boat is sad. Wife is busy. Don't be that guy." "I'm not financing a boat," I said. "Or a necklace." He gave a thumb toward my office. "Payroll switches today. You still going through with separating accounts?" "Already done," I said. "House bills stay where they are. My paycheck goes where my sanity lives." Drew nodded and chewed. "Attaboy." Around lunch, my phone lit up. It was Mallory. "Mom wants to plan the party," she said, skipping hello. "Saturday before my birthday, so more people can come. She needs a head count. Are you capable of answering a text like an adult, or are we still doing your new thing?" "My new thing has a name," I replied. "It's called refusing to reward disrespect. You can't dodge a simple question." "It's not charming," she said. "You're coming. You'll bring a gift. And for once, try not to humiliate the family with your practicality." "I don't humiliate your family," I said evenly. "I just don't buy applause." She paused. "So you're coming or not?" "I'll let your mother know in the group text," I told her. She laughed. "Of course. You need witnesses for your little rules." "Transparency helps," I said. That night, I sent a short, polite message to the party thread. "I'll be there. I'll bring something food-wise. Happy to handle cleanup." Patricia, my mother-in-law, shot back a heart. Mallory posted a balloon emoji and nothing else. 2 days later, the second illusion rolled in. I came home to a clean kitchen and a scented candle going in the living room. She was in a soft sweater, one I'd bought last Christmas, stirring a pot like she lived on magazine covers. She looked up and smiled like a neighbor. "Rough week?" she asked. I made chili. I leaned on the archway. "What's the occasion?" "Not everything is an occasion," she said breezily. We both said things. It got heated. "Let's be normal." "Normal comes with respect," I said. Her smile thinned a degree. "So you'll eat, or you'll write a manifesto about it?" "I'll eat," I said. "Thank you." We ate. She asked about work in a way that could pass for care if you didn't examine it too closely. I answered. It almost felt like a truce. Then halfway through the bowl, she slid in the real agenda. "So the necklace," she said, casual like a weather report. "If the store sells it, I'll be devastated. I just think on my birthday, of all days, it would mean more." "And here it is," I murmured. "Here what is?" She spooned more chili, eyebrows up. "You cooked to soften me up," I said. "I appreciate the effort. Doesn't change the rule." She got quiet and set the spoon down with care. "Or maybe I'm trying to be good to my husband." "You're welcome to be," I said. "It doesn't come with a purchase minimum." She laughed once, sharp. "You really love your speeches. You know what would make me feel respected? You stepping up." "I'm stepping out of a trap," I told her. She dabbed her lip with a napkin. "We'll talk later when you're not trying to perform maturity." When I turned to rinse my bowl, she added, "Oh, Aaron's bringing a friend to the party. You two will get along. He knows about self-control." "Sounds like a riot," I said. "I'll bring folding chairs." Her eyes flicked at me, testing for jealousy. She didn't find any. She hated that. On day 14, I set another rule. I wouldn't be going to her friend Clara's winery tour on Sunday. Mallory cornered me near the washing machine, arms crossed. "You're not coming to my friend's birthday?" she asked. "We already RSVP'd as a couple." "Things changed," I said. "I don't attend environments where I'm expected to play court jester while being frozen out at home." Her laugh was a knife. "You're terrified of my friends." "Incorrect," I said. "I'm allergic to being used as a prop." She stepped closer. "Skip my plans again and see what happens." "I've seen what happens," I replied. "I'm still skipping." She shook her head like the teacher disappointed in the rowdy kid. "You think you're making a point. You're just making yourself smaller." "Funny thing," I said. "I feel taller." She tried to stare me down. I moved the laundry basket past her. She let me. That night, Erin texted, "Brace for the party. She's been telling Mom that you owe her a grand gesture." Mom believes every third word. I'm trying to talk sense into them. "I'll bring the coleslaw," I wrote. "And something shiny." "Now I'm nervous," she replied. "Don't be," I typed. "You'll like this part." Patricia's backyard fills with people when there's free food. Plastic tables, lights zigzagging the fence, neighborhood kids running like they're paid to fall down. Mallory loves a crowd. She gets taller around clapping hands. I pulled up early with a cooler and a box. Erin met me at the gate, a serving spoon tucked behind her ear like a pencil. "You okay?" she asked quietly. "I'm annoyingly fine," I told her. "You?" "Braced," she said. Mallory's been focused. She wants a statement piece and an apology with it. I lifted the box onto the outdoor buffet. "She'll get a statement." Erin looked at the box. "Grant, what's in there?" "Something you'd never ask me for," I said. "Which is why it's funny." She blinked. "Should I be worried?" "No. Just breathe." Mallory arrived 20 minutes later, late on purpose, in a dress that made sure everyone saw her. She walked straight to me like a politician heading for a podium, air kiss in the general direction of my cheek. "Grant," she said brightly, "you made it to my little party." "Wouldn't miss it," I answered. She held my forearm and pitched her voice for the tables. "I hope you brought a sense of romance. Tonight is about celebrating." "Romance is expensive," I said, "but I brought something that sparkles." Her eyes flared with triumph. She took a half step back, palms open, expecting a velvet box and a capitulation. Patricia moved closer, mother smile warming up. People drifted toward the deck like birds toward a crumb. Patricia clapped. "Everyone, before dinner, a few words?" Mallory looked up, already composing a grateful speech for the gift she believed in. "Yes, thank you all for coming. Family is everything," and I set the box on the table and flipped the lid. Inside, velvet. On the velvet, the necklace. The same one from the store. The crowd breathed in like a single organism. Mallory put a hand to her throat. "Grant." I lifted it out carefully, the lights catching every polished curve. It was, I'll admit, beautiful, if you forgot what it cost. For someone who shows up, listens, and doesn't use love as a receipt book, I said. "Erin." The yard went soundless. Erin froze, eyes wide, spoon falling from behind her ear into the grass with a soft thud. I held her gaze. "Take it," I told her. "You earned it the day you stayed late to help us paint this fence and refused to let me pay you back." "No," Mallory said. It was a small word, but it echoed. "No, no, no. That is not funny." I kept my arm extended. Erin's lips parted. "Grant, I can't." "You can't," I said. "And you should. Because you don't want it, which means you deserve it more than anyone in this yard." Mallory's laugh came out strangled. "Is this a joke? Is this your idea of—" I cut her off without looking at her. "Erin." Erin's hand shook as she reached out. She didn't touch the metal, just the velvet cord beneath it. "Grant, put it on her," Patricia said sharply from my left. "Enough theater." I turned my head. "Patricia, I bought a gift with my money. I'm giving it to a decent person. If that's theater, the tickets were cheap." Mallory's face went from pale to red in record time. "You think you're clever? You think humiliating me in front of everyone is a win?" "You did the rehearsals," I told her. "I'm just here for opening night." She stepped in close, voice low, dangerous. "Give me the necklace. Now." "Erin," I said again, steady. "Please." Erin swallowed and nodded like she'd decided to jump off a dock and swim. I lifted the necklace and, with her chin tilted by 2 fingers, fastened it at the back of her neck. It sat there like it belonged. Erin bit down on a smile that wanted to apologize for existing. The crowd made a sound. Not a cheer, not a boo. A human noise when lines snap and people pick sides. Drew, who'd come with his wife, shot me a look that said, "Are we doing this?" I nodded once. Mallory's palm hit the table. Plastic cups trembled. "Take it off," she said to her sister. "This is mine." Erin touched the pendant lightly, as if it might burn. "It was never worn," she whispered. "You didn't have it." "It was meant for me," Mallory hissed. "It was meant for whoever values more than a price tag," I said. "Which, lately, isn't you." She pointed at me, shaking. "You're cruel." "Disagree," I said. "I'm clear." Patricia moved between us, eyes on me. "Grant, give Mallory what she deserves." "I am," I answered. A laugh burst from the back. Marcus, a neighbor who'd seen enough domestic theater to last him. Man said what he said, he called. Mallory turned on Marcus. "This isn't your business." He lifted his hands. "Nothing is my business. I'm just eating potato salad." People started muttering, some drifting toward the food as if pretending to move forward could move time back. Mallory faced me again. "You will fix this," she said. I reached into the inside pocket of my jacket, took out a manila envelope, and set it gently beside the empty box. The envelope made no sound, but it changed the temperature. "What's that?" she snapped. "Clarity," I said. She stared at the tab, at my name typed neatly. "You wouldn't." "I already did," I told her. "I started this after a week of your silence. I finished it yesterday. Today I brought it to hand you in front of the people you recruit for applause." Her eyes went glassy with a kind of panic that has nothing to do with sadness. "Over a necklace?" I shook my head. "Over respect." Patricia's voice wobbled. "You picked a party to do this? You couldn't talk like a man in private?" "I tried that," I said. "It didn't work. Public disrespect gets public boundaries." Mallory's arm shot toward the envelope. I slid it a fraction and put my hand on it calmly. "You can open it or not," I said. "Either way, the message is the same. I'm done with the show. I'm done with the training. I'm done buying my way into your good graces and sleeping in the guest room while you decide if I've earned words." She drew back like she'd been shocked. "You are a small, small man." "Happily medium," I said. "And getting lighter." Erin touched my elbow. "Grant." I lowered my voice for her. "You don't have to say anything." She nodded once. "I'm sorry this is happening," she murmured. "It's exactly what needed to happen," I said at normal volume. "Just on schedule." I turned to the group at large. "Food's getting cold. Celebrate the birthday. I'm going to grab a plate and then head out." Mallory's laugh cracked. "You think you win?" "I think I leave," I said. And I did. I served myself a scoop of coleslaw, because a man should keep some traditions. Then I walked toward the gate with the calm of a person who finally remembers his own name. Behind me, the talking started up all at once. Someone said, "Unbelievable." Someone else said, "About time." I didn't check which camp was bigger. The party fallout started before I hit the end of the street. My phone buzzed nonstop. Messages from Mallory. "You went too far. Come back now. We're not done." A voice message from Patricia. "I don't recognize you." 3 texts from Erin. "I understand." I'm shaking. "Are you okay?" Drew called. "You good?" he asked. "Never better," I said. "You look like you practiced that delivery in the mirror all week," he joked. "I practice everything," I said. "Less room for improv." "You realize she's going to show up at your place at midnight with a speech and mascara," he said. "I changed the locks," I told him. "Guest room door too." He whistled. "You're serious." "I've never been more." Mallory didn't show up that night. She waited until noon the next day and came to my shop instead. I was out in the bay with a wrench when I heard her heels on the concrete. She never came here. She didn't like the smell of rubber and work. "Grant," she called, voice set on honey. "Can we talk?" Drew shot me a look over the hood of a sedan. I wiped my hands, nodded, and walked to the front office. Mallory had a box of cookies under her arm, the kind you give school secretaries when you're angling for goodwill. She set them on the desk. "For your staff," she said. "I was overwhelmed last night. It spiraled." "You built the spiral," I said, sitting. She perched on the chair like royalty slumming it. "I pushed because I wanted to feel chosen. Can you understand that?" "I understand," I told her. "I don't accept the method." She leaned in. "You made me look like a fool. In front of my family." "You did that," I said evenly. "I handed you a mirror." "I want to start over," she said suddenly. "Cancel the papers. We can reset. We got lost in scorekeeping." "I don't cancel clarity," I replied. She glanced toward the bay where the guys pretended not to look. She lowered her voice. Please, Grant. I'll take the necklace thing off the table. You don't take it off the table, I said. It was never on it. She swallowed and tried another angle. I miss you. You miss attention, I said. You miss control. You miss calling my self-respect difficult and getting claps for it. I'm offering peace, she pressed. We can't end over a misunderstanding. We're ending, I said, because you turned what should be a partnership into an audition. And I got tired of performing. She blinked a few times quickly, then nodded as if she'd made a decision. Her hand went to the cookies and slid them toward me. Fine, she said. If you want it public, let's talk public. We already did, I said. She stood, the smile gone. You're going to regret humiliating me. I don't begin sentences with "you're going to," I told her. I speak for me. And I'm not regretting this. Last chance, she said. We ran out of chances at the jewelry counter, I replied. Her mouth thinned. Enjoy your freedom, she tossed over her shoulder. Plan to, I said. She paused at the door, turned back with one more tactic, the overcorrection. I love you, she said, quietly enough that only I heard it. I studied her for a beat, then shook my head. You love winning, Mal. You don't know the first thing about loving someone who tells you no. She left. Drew came in with a rag over his shoulder. Cookies? He asked, peering into the box. Knock yourself out, I said. He took one and bit into it. Dry, he reported. Like a speech. I laughed despite myself. Appropriate. That night she tried again over text. Not a speech this time. Photos. Our first apartment. That old 4th of July where everything was simple. A note she'd found in a drawer where I'd told her once she was my home. It was good strategy. I let the memories land and pass. Then I texted one sentence. Good memories don't cancel bad behavior. She wrote back. You really think you're the good guy? No, I replied. I think I finally stopped being the accommodating one. Silence. Real silence this time. Not the kind used to train me. The kind that means acknowledgement. A week later, moving day looked boring by design. I rented a storage unit, called a buddy with a truck, and labeled boxes with a level of detail that would impress an archivist. I took what was mine, what was shared but agreed upon, and a few things she assumed I wouldn't take because I'd always left them. The drill she borrowed and never returned, the camping gear she mocked. I left the house as clean as I found it and wrote a short list of what remained and why. When I was done, I put the keys in an envelope with her name and one sentence. I'll be at the townhouse on Oak Ridge through the end of the month if you need to exchange anything. I didn't wait for last words. I had my own. On my way out, the neighbor, Mrs. Keegan, was pulling weeds. She's one of those widows who sees everything and comments on half of it. You two okay? She asked without looking up. We will be, I said. She nodded like she'd guessed. She was louder this year. You were quieter. Not anymore, I told her. She smirked. About time, dear. I drove to Oak Ridge with the radio off and a sense of relief that felt like a clean floor. When I got there, Erin was already parked in front in her little sedan, nervous as if she'd been called to the principal. I didn't know if I should come, she said, stepping out. The pendant lay warm against her shirt. She touched it without thinking. You didn't have to, I said. I wanted to, she answered. And I wanted to give this back. It's too much. It fits you, I said. Keep it. It doesn't mean I'm moving in with your family or that you owe me loyalty in the divorce. It means I wanted to put something beautiful on someone who didn't try to earn it by running me into the ground. Her eyes shone with that good kind of wet, the kind that comes with a clean conscience. For the record, I tried to talk her down, she said. Weeks ago. I know, I said. She glanced at the boxes. Need help? Just one thing, I said. If Patricia starts a campaign, steer clear. She already did, Erin sighed. Group chat is a swamp. I muted it. Smart, I said. I'm not responding to any of it. She nodded. Want coffee? Always, I said. We walked to the corner shop and sat with paper cups that burned our fingers the right amount. She asked me what freedom felt like. I told her it felt like a checklist with everything crossed off and a blank page behind it. That sounds nice, she said. It is, I told her. It's not fireworks. It's sleep. Just before she left, she tucked a piece of paper under my coffee. A business card from a realty office. My friend Rachel works here, she said. She's kind. She listens. She helped me when I bought my condo. If you want to buy instead of rent, call her. Will do, I said. Thanks. She slid into her car. The pendant caught the sun one more time before she drove off. It looked, for once, like jewelry again, not a scoreboard. You want the last word? Here it is. 2 months later, I signed on a house with a yard that doesn't need applause. I bought a used truck that runs better than any necklace looks. I put a grill on the patio and invited people who don't require a performance from me to earn a burger. I work more, sleep better, and Sunday afternoons are for whatever I decide. Fishing, fixing things that other men would throw away, or sitting with a book on my porch while the neighborhood kids ride by on squeaky bikes. Drew drops in sometimes. He drinks 1 beer and tells me I did the brave thing. I tell him it wasn't brave. It was overdue. Rachel from the card came by to see if I needed help with anything. She had questions that came with answers, not demands. We went to a minor league game and heckled nobody, which is a good test for compatibility. She shows up when she says she will. She laughs at the right parts. My phone doesn't buzz with ultimatums anymore. As for Mallory, I don't know her daily schedule, and I don't need to. Word travels fast in families that like campaigns. I heard she moved into an apartment closer to her mother, then moved again. I heard she's finding herself, which is usually code for looking for applause with a new audience. People tell me she blames me for the party. I tell them I picked a boundary and stuck to it. Sometimes, at a grocery store or a gas pump, a stranger who was there will catch my eye and give a little nod like a veteran recognizing another veteran. Not a salute, not a high five, just a human signal. I saw it. I got it. The only time I think about the necklace now is when I see Erin at a barbecue at someone else's house. She'll be talking to a kid about math or helping someone's aunt carry a tray. The pendant will be there, quiet, doing what it was made to do. Sit, shine, belong. Not a receipt. Not a trophy. People ask if I miss Mallory. I don't answer the question they think they're asking. I tell them I don't miss being trained. This isn't a revenge story. I didn't get even. I got out. And I did it in my voice, with my rules, and a last line she'll remember longer than any price tag. When I handed her that envelope, she said,